Ken Trahan along with Lenny Vangilder for SportsNola.com, and the football weekend is upon us. And college football, of course, it's been an interesting week. I guess you could call them alleged problems at LSU, which we'll probably find out about definitively on Saturday when the Tigers host the Auburn Tigers. Tulane, of course, will have a new coach and interim head coach when the Wave hosts Memphis. Regarding LSU, where there's smoke, there's fire. There's something to this, obviously, but again, you never jump to conclusions until you're totally sure.
Well, exactly. We're dealing with allegations out there. We're dealing with reports that are basically coming from within the LSU athletic department. So you take them at face value, but at the same time, the university has not confirmed anything, although you would fully expect we will not see any of the three players in question come Saturday afternoon.
And the reason for that is because Les Miles would have refuted it completely if that was the case, and he did not do that. So, that said, how does this impact LSU? I still think they win the game.
I do too. I mentioned in my blog this morning on the site that, is this that much different than what LSU faced the first 3 games of the year without who was going to be their starting quarterback in Jordan Jefferson and who was probably their number one playmaker in Russell Shepard? They were going into the year without them. It turned out 1 for 3 games, 1 for 4 games. How much different is it losing these 3 guys for 1, maybe 2 games?
Yep, I think LSU will be fine in the game. They have enough running backs and enough defensive backs to overcome this loss. Jefferson probably will see increasing action as LSU wants to run the ball. And, of course, Tulane is at home against Memphis, and earlier this week Bob Toledo resigned. We all know that it wasn't a resignation per se. He was forced out, and Rick Dixon said the heat was on, so to speak, and it was just getting a little bit too tough to take. And so they felt like they had to make a move now. Advantage, they get a chance to evaluate early and try to come up with their coach before other people do.
Exactly. You get a little bit ahead of the game. You get to put your name out there. Arizona and New Mexico are already open, and now Tulane becomes the third. And the impression that I get, I haven't seen practice, but just reading reports and things, is that a burden has been lifted off this team with the news already out there that Bob Toledo is gone. So it may be a team that plays very loose come Saturday against Memphis.
Yeah, I don't think it was a matter of them not liking Toledo. I think it was a matter of them feeling the pressure of trying to produce for their coach and for themselves, and they just didn't handle it very well. And, of course, Memphis could be the panacea to cure their ills, at least for now.
Exactly. This is a Memphis team that really could be the worst team in FBS football. I mean, let's call it what it is. They have lost by 50 points to Arkansas State this year. They've got 1 win over 1 FCS team. That is the extent of their wins. They may not win another game this year if they don't win on Saturday.
Yeah, I know it's scary to pick Tulane again, but I'm picking them again to win this game over Memphis in the Dome. Hey, high school football, a lot of big games every week, and one big one on Saturday night, which we'll have on WGSO and WGSO.com as well, and that is Jesuit against Brother Martin. Big rivalry, big game in 9-5A. Jesuit's undefeated. Brother Martin's a 1-loss team. They're both ranked in the top 10. This is a big game.
Absolutely. And, I mean, really anything in 9-5A is big this year. Maybe the deepest district in the state, if not certainly the New Orleans area. And, of course, Jesuit Brother Martin, like I like to say, anybody against Jesuit is the biggest rivalry in the area.
Well, I think that more than anything else, as I stated before that district started, that I didn't think any team would go through that league undefeated. Right now, Jesuit is undefeated, Rummel is undefeated, Brother Martin 1 loss, and West Jefferson 2 losses, and Chalmette 2 losses. So we'll see how my prognostication turns out. Of course, we have our picks from all of our prominent writers on the site for this weekend's prep games. You can check those out as well. Just look at them through rose-colored glasses and see that Lenny and I are the 2 best, regardless of what the numbers say, right?
That's exactly right.
All right. Hey, that's it for our college football and prep report for this weekend. Enjoy the football weekend. For SportsNola.com, I'm Ken Trahan.